Hello, everybody. It is Micha Green, DC editor, and I am so excited to be talking to journalist, commentator, newfound author, and
Yes.
can I say birthday boy, because we're celebrating into the end of Leo season for you.
Yay, for real though. Yes, 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 man. Always Leo season.
Look, I'm a little biased because I'm the 23rd, so I am a Virgo. I am the first day of Virgo, last day of Leo. I'm a
Yes,
cusper.
yes.
So I celebrate all Leo and Virgo season, so it never ends for me, I
You should
say.
always celebrate. Just celebrate life.
Exactly. Well, I am super excited to be here with you. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of things, our viewers know the drill. I have to share the stream. So give me a few seconds to do that, and then we will get it popping. Let me turn it down so y'all are not hearing the interview in the background. Got it. Okay. So, first of all, happy birthday.
Thank you,
I
Misha.
know we're in the middle of a pandemic and the world is sort of not in a good place right now, but how are you doing?
You know what? Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that because I think people that ask these days really want to know how you're doing. It's not a throwaway line, but I'm blessed. I just look at every day as a blessing. You wake up in the morning, you have an opportunity. And I know yesterday may not have been the best of days with everything that's going on in this world, but you know what? When you wake up these days as a black man in this country, you know you're free. You know you can move about and try and make change. I'm blessed, and I'm just going to live it that way and live it to the fullest.
Well, I am so inspired by how you are walking into your 50th year. It's not only about you and your own coming out, if you will, and your own transition to another decade, but you're also here to inspire others, for others to tell their truth. And I love the title of your book, Open Mic.
Thank you.
Just came out yesterday, dropped as your big 50th birthday present,
Yes.
and present to the world. Tell us, first of all, about the inspiration behind the book and some of the juicy things that we will find when we open it up.
Well, Open Mic is my memoir, so it's basically my life story. And somebody told me a long time ago I should write my life story because they felt like it was interesting. But at the time, I didn't think that it was anything that anybody would want to read because I didn't consider myself a celebrity or somebody that somebody was interested in. But after a while, a couple of years ago, it was something I had to write because even though on the outside, I appeared very happy, my job was doing great, I was dating, having a good time in LA. I would find myself crying all the time and I didn't realize why. And so when I started writing the book, it started becoming therapy for me because I started releasing a lot of things, a lot of stress, a lot of traumas, depression that I had on the inside me, sadness. And as I started writing, it felt good to actually write the words to get them off my chest. So it was therapeutic and it was the start of my therapy for me. And the maintenance has been going to mental therapy afterwards, whatnot. But getting off things, just thinking about the domestic violence I saw growing up. You talk about some of the juicy stuff, also the my tumultuous marriages and me being a terrible husband and not knowing why and why I couldn't fall in love with anybody I was ever involved in a relationship with, and why I couldn't stay faithful. And seeing my best friend killed in the drive-by shooting, having guns put in my chest before the age of 18 years old, and then finding out my stepfather who raised me and who loved me, who couldn't really love my mom the way she needed to be loved, found out, what he did on the side and the reason he went to prison for the last 9 years of his life. So it's just a lot of stuff that I had to get off my chest. And so I felt like putting this out there. I think a lot of other people actually go through the same things. They just don't say it like I did and they kind of suppress it. So if I can put my pain out there and let you see that and let you know that you're not alone and you see something in yourself and you want to go get the help that you need, then that's what I'm doing. And that's what the book is all about.
You hit the nail on the head when you said that so many people are experiencing similar things. Obviously, we all have unique stories, but Black men in particular find themselves squelching these feelings, suppressing these feelings years and years. And, as you said, you were living the life, quote unquote, right? And finding yourself crying every night. I look at someone like Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
who we know battles with mental health issues,
Mm-hmm.
um, and very publicly sort of has these manic moments. What is your advice for Black men who are suppressing this? What would that first step be? Not everyone has the chops to write a
Right.
book like yourself.
Yeah. Stop trying to man up. We've been taught our entire lives, man up, don't be emotional, don't cry, don't talk to anybody because that's a sign of weakness. Well, my whole mantra now is if you continue to man up and you're hurting, it's going to be man down pretty soon. And when I'm talking about man down, it's going to be 6 feet down. I swear to God, I really felt like if I had not written this book, I would have died. I would not have reached my 50th birthday because I was hurting so much on the inside and I didn't even realize how much I was hurting. So my advice would be talk to somebody. Stop thinking that it's so macho that you don't go and get mental therapy or you're telling somebody your business. Actually, you need to find somebody that you can trust and somebody that you feel comfortable talking to. But find that person. I don't care if you can't afford it, go talk to a pastor, write a book, your memoirs, but get all of that energy, that negative energy that's on the inside of you out of you. Because once again, if you don't, it can literally kill you. And little do you know it not, it is actually killing you. You just don't know it at that particular time. So yeah, please go get the help. That's the main focus of this book.
Now, obviously, the advice for others is super valuable, but I know that we all wish we could go back and give advice to our younger selves.
Mm,
50 is such a huge milestone.
mm.
Obviously, I know you would tell yourself to unpack some things that you hadn't done, up until this point. What is some other advice you give to the younger Mike Hill?
Oh, outside of the mental therapy, just be patient. I was always in such a rush to make it, to be super successful. And I'm still there. I'm still very hungry. I still don't feel like I've reached half of my potential yet. So even though I've had success in my career, whatnot, I don't consider myself necessarily successful because my definition of success is attaining your full potential. And I haven't reached my full potential yet. But I would also say I just need to be patient and let God work. God's going to be on his time. And once God decides what I'm supposed to be doing in my life, then that's what I'll be doing. So I've allowed myself to just grow, relax, and allow things to kind of come and organically happen instead of trying to force the issue and getting so upset when things don't go your way. Because what I've learned and what you'll read in the book, a lot of times when things did not go my way, whether it was me not getting something or me actually being fired from a couple of jobs from a professional standpoint, those burdens turned out to be the biggest blessings of my career. And even in a personal standpoint, the things I've gone through in my marriages or whatever, they've allowed me to grow and to learn to be able to be in a sustainable, very whole relationship with the lady that I'm with right now.
So I think that's a perfect transition because we know that you are wedding planning right now,
Yeah,
with your fiance, Cynthia Bailey, who
yeah.
is obviously very beloved by many. I always see her listed as former model, and I'm like, not formal because at former model because she is killing the game in everything she does, and just when she smiles, you know what I
Right.
mean. Model, Real Housewives of Atlanta star, as well as mentor to many young people as well. Tell us how you were able to shed some of
Mm,
that trauma and some of your own that
mm,
accountability that you had, saying, I was a terrible husband before.
yeah.
How did you get from there
Mm.
to proposing to this amazing woman and planning a wedding?
Yeah, it's crazy because she'll tell you, and she wrote the foreword, and in the foreword, she'll tell you that if it wasn't for this book, that we wouldn't be together. We definitely wouldn't be trying to get married because I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. Timing is everything, and for me, I was a boy pretending to be a man for the first 47 years of my life. It wasn't until I wrote this book and was able to release some of those traumas and realize why I was doing some of the things that I was doing and why my behavior was so terrible until I got that help that I needed. So once I got to that point and got the help that I needed and started writing this book, she saw this in me and she saw this growth. And it was at the right time because when we first started dating, before we even really got serious, she would ask me, what are you doing? And I would say, I'm writing this book or whatever. So she would tell me to start reading some of the things that I was writing. And as I was writing, obviously it was my truth. And I think it drew us closer. Well, she says it drew us closer because she saw the trend had never shown anybody else before. So that's the reason why it took off and we were able to grow, because she actually got to see the man behind the mask. And obviously there were some things that I needed to work on even after that or whatnot. That was the maintenance, because the surgery is writing the book, but the maintenance is continuing to go and get that mental therapy. But it's working out because we're right here now. As a matter of fact, she's in the background talking to our wedding planner. And
Now,
we're at a wedding venue right now, just looking around because hey, we got a couple of months before this wedding, hopefully without the corona, if the coronavirus doesn't cancel everything. But we're planning it, and we plan on being, regardless if we do it on 10/10/2020 or not, we plan on being together for the rest of our lives.
okay, I was gonna ask, is 10/10/2020 still the date?
We're focused. I mean, that's what we're talking about. We're trying to lock things down right now, but obviously, with the state of the world and everything that's going on with the coronavirus and whatnot, we just, we want Cynthia to be the only one with her face covered that day. You know what I mean? We don't want with her veil. We don't want everybody in here wearing masks and afraid to be around each other. So that's why we're looking at different venues and different options, because like the first one actually fell through because we need something a little bit more spread out and outside so that we can accommodate all of our family and friends, because we want to share that special day with all the people who are special in our lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I know that you talked about the fact that you were able to have this wonderful budding relationship, and yet the social media and Twitter waves and Instagram waves are saying, Mike Hill, this cover of Open Mic is not looking like you're locking something down.
Yeah. You know
um,
what's great?
but there's also a photo with Cynthia in it, correct?
She was the art direction. She was the art director. She's the model. She's the one that gave me a lot of the ideas. Now I did tell her in the beginning that I wanted to be on the cover and I wanted to be naked. And the reason I did that is the symbolism is because I wanted to show the world I have nothing to hide. I wanted the naked truth to come out there, total transparency. And I think the most vulnerable you can be is being naked in front of anybody right now. So if you look at the book cover, yes, my shirt is off, and I was covered down here, but you didn't see all that stuff. But the thing is, I'm coming out of darkness, so that's why it's in black and white. So I'm coming out of darkness and I'm stepping into the light. And you see my head slightly bowed because I'm a little embarrassed and ashamed of some of the things I've done in the past, but now I'm humble. You see the microphone cords wrapped around my body. Those are like my chains that have bonded me and bound me for so many years. Whatnot. And obviously, the microphone represents my professional career as well. On the back cover, though, like you said, Cynthia's in the picture. You see my head up; it's lit. My eyes are open because I'm forward and focusing on what's in front of me. And then I got this beautiful lady who's got my back, because she's on my back and she's got her arms wrapped around me like the hands of God. And she's always talking to me and giving me great advice. And we're a partner in telling me where I need to go in life. So that's the symbolism. It ain't just to show it off, because if you look at it, the body is okay for a 50-year-old. I ain't gonna put down, I ain't gonna lie about that. It's
You're
okay.
killing it.
But
You're killing
here's the
it.
thing. Thank you. But like years ago, I was overweight. I was like 30 pounds overweight. So it shows the progression of where I've come from. And I still have a long way to go to get to that perfect body, which I'm always trying to get to.
No, that I think that's such a great explanation, and obviously the transparency again is why we are so excited about this book, because it not only, and I keep saying Black men, but really as people of color in general, we are taught to suppress things, and so
Yeah.
I know this will be a major, lesson and inspiration for many. Now I know there's also open mic sessions, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
With YouTube. Tell us about this new series and what we can expect from that.
So the open mic sessions obviously are derivative from the book, and taking little bits and excerpts of my life and kind of talking about it with people who are like-minded and who have gone through similar things in panels. The first one we did was the Black men pandemic, obviously because of everything that we're going through in this world as a Black man, not just with the coronavirus, but obviously the state of the world when it comes to racial affairs. And then secondly, we did the one on the what women need. So talking relationships with women in the different panels or whatnot. So we put that up on our YouTube channel, and it's been great. Got a great reception, and we're trying to build that, and we'll continue to do more and more. We're going to talk about mental health and other issues and couples and whatnot. So we're planning on doing that like once or twice a month, putting it on YouTube, and then hopefully we can grow. And who knows where the sky is, because we're trying to take over the world here now.
Well, you all are definitely taking over and giving us so much life and inspiration. And I'm just so excited, not only for everything that you're doing, Mike, but obviously your future. And you have to come back on Afro Lab and talk to us again.
Anytime, Misha, it's been great. I appreciate it. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your support and your love. And most importantly, thank you for your prayers. And we all need that in this world today. So I appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you. And so, as you all know, we have another show coming at you very, very soon. Chicken Box, be sure to tune in. We are the Black Media Authority. And thank you again, Mike Hill.
Thanks a lot, Misha. Appreciate it. Anytime.